Question number 1, which is how many times do you usually commute in a week? 33% of students answered that they commute 3 to 4 times a week, and 23.5% said that they commute 1 to 2 times a week. In addition to that, students who are commuting 5 to 6 and more than 10 times a week got 17.6%. In question number 2, which is have you used different ride-hailing applications, through 52 respondents, 40% of the student commuters said that they have used Grab as a ride-hailing application, and 32% of students commuters use Angkas. And in addition to that, 80% of student commuters use Joyride. In question number 3, which is how long do you wait to get a ride in a public vehicle? 44.2% of student commuters said that they are waiting 5 to 10 minutes before they can get a ride, and 19.2% said that they are waiting 10 to 15 minutes before they can also get a ride to their destination. And 15.4% said that they are waiting more than 20 minutes. Through this, through these results, the researchers will be able to lessen this waiting time of student commuters and make a life-changing service for them.
For this item, we asked respondents on how often they commute for a day. Result shows that 48.1% of the respondents commute 1 to 2 times a day, 42.3% said that they commute 3 to 4 times a day, while 5.8% of the respondents say that they commute for about 5 to 6 times a day, and lastly, 3.8% of the respondents commute 7 to 8 times a day. With the help of the results for this question, our group will be able to know how many commuters we will be able to help lessen their number of commutes for each day through our service. For question number 5, the question is, which of these inconveniences do you find annoying and troublesome to your experience as a commuter? According to the result for this question, 84.6% of the respondents experienced long waiting time before being able to ride on a public utility vehicle. 69.2% of the respondents also experienced full seat or no vacant seats in their commuting experience. 28.8% of the respondents experiences traffic in their journey, and lastly, 26.9% of the respondents experiences trip cutting. The result will help our group to identify the common problems our respondents faces in their journey or commute experience. This will help us in creating more solutions through our service.
In this question, we asked the commuters on how would you rate your commuting experiences with the jeeps. So, from the data that we gathered through 50 plus respondents, it showed that 55.8% of them have a fair commuting experience, meaning that they've experienced both good and bad commutes from jeeps. After that, 21.2% have shown that they have experienced close to bad commutes. Being that this is the second highest rating in the chart, shows that there is a big problem in here. After that, 17.3% of the respondents stated that they have close to great experiences, and 3.8% of them showed that their commute experience with jeeps are excellent. Lastly, 1.9% showed that they have unsatisfactory experiences. With this data, the researchers can provide better commuting experiences for them. The researchers can adjust whatever necessary for the commuters to achieve this. Up next is that we, the researchers, asked, what mode of payment do you usually use when commuting? So, after again gathering data from 50 plus respondents, it showed that 100% of these 50 plus respondents are still using cash as the main mode of payment for their daily commutes. 11.5% are using e-wallets. 1.9% are using BIP cards. With the data gathered, the researchers can focus on the most used payment method and provide the second and third most used payment method as well. With that being said, this will provide the hassle-free experience that we want them to experience from our application.
Hello, I'm Melton John. For our survey for Egypt Easy, there are 52 unique individuals who participated in our survey, and they are our likely future customers. They are asked how much additional fare are they willing to pay for a fast and efficient, safe, and comfortable commute. Almost 47% of our customers are willing to pay 10% more than a regular jeepney fare. 26.9% are willing to pay 20% more, 21.2% for 30% more, and the rest are willing to pay more than 40% for a fast, efficient, safe, and comfortable commute. But setting aside, the customers are asked whether they are in agree for paying for 30% more for our Egypt online booking service. 38 over 42 customers, or equivalent to 73.1% of the participants, are in agree for paying 30% more. So this is from a regular Jeep to Egypt pricing. The minimum fare of regular Jeep is 14 pesos and the Egypt will be 19 pesos. And for the succeeding kilometer is from 2.2 pesos to 2.9 pesos.
Given the main concept of our application, we ask if they are willing to use such a ride-hailing service for an Egypt. The results clearly show that most voted for 4 and 5, which is about 67.3%, which most probably means that they will use such an application at most times for their convenience. A few voted for 2 and 3, which is about 30.7%, which we think that they are still unsure whether they will use the application or whether it will benefit them as a commuter. One respondent voted for 1, which means that they would never use the said application. We also figured out that this respondent also has never used any other ride-hailing service applications like Grab, Angkas, and Joyride, based on his response prior on the survey. Similarly to the previous question, since this question can somewhat be correlated, we got quite a similar result from the respondents. Most voted for 4 and 5, which is about 84.6%, since we think that our application would be of great use for commuting. Few voted for 2 and 3, which is about 13.5%, maybe because they think that they don't know much commuters who may utilize our application. Then that one respondent who wasn't willing to use our application also voted for 1 here, which means that he would not recommend it to others.